Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my review of the Kaleidos Makeup Astro Pink palette. This palette is from the Futurism collection, of which there are 3 palettes. I have all 3. They were very kindly sent to me by Kaleidos Makeup, so I do want to kind of make that clear at the beginning of the video. They did send me these so that I could try them out on my panel. I almost said panel, what the feck. Honestly guys, if you knew how many times I tried to film this intro, I think you would be shocked. It's been so many, like I cannot pronounce words today apparently, but they sent me these 3 eyeshadow palettes. I did try the green one already. This one's called Sci-Fi Green. It was absolutely spectacular. I gave it such a positive review because I was simply blown away by the formula of the mattes, the shimmers, the colour family of the palette, the packaging, just everything was absolutely sensational for me. So I will link my review of this palette down below, but today we are going to be focusing on the Astro Pink palette. I'm going to cut to swatches in just a minute so that you can see those, and then I'm going to cut to me actually creating this eye look that I have on right now. I just thought, because I've already reviewed the first palette and I just kind of took a gamble that the formula would be consistent between the 3 palettes. So I have filmed the kind of try on already. The formula was definitely consistent with that of the first palette. You can still see the eye look being created, but I just, thought that it would make sense really just to have more of an efficient video. I don't know, but so I am just going to touch upon a few details about the palettes. So these cost $24 each, or there is an option right now on the KaleidosMakeup.com website that you can buy all 3 palettes in a bundle for a limited edition offer of $59. I don't know how long that offer is going to be valid for, but it definitely is valid as of the time of filming this video. Okay, so the packaging of these palettes is absolutely spectacular. It comes in this kind of thin rectangular shape. It's got this beautiful kind of, I'd kind of say marbleized, but it kind of looks like, a bath bomb when you throw it in and it just kind of starts morphing into a sea of like a marbleized beauty. It kind of has that aesthetic to it. It feels expensive is the only way I can describe it. Where NARS packaging has that slight kind of not velvet, but it's got that texture to it. It's really tough to describe it, but it's got that beautiful expensive feel to it. So to get into the palette, you kind of pull this open. The magnets are so strong with this one. You kind of just peel open the layers, and then oh my gosh, here she is. This is like a box of gems. Like you open up the box and inside you have the gems. You do have a mirror. As I said, the magnets are very strong. The overall appearance and feel of this palette is just super high quality. Okay, so I'm going to shoot to the swatches first and then we're going to go straight into the eye look. Okay, so these are the first 4 shadows. We have the 2 shimmers and then 2 mattes. That's a beautiful mauve and it almost has like a satin finish, I would say. And then we have a slightly more kind of, I'd say like pinky tone. So you've got more mauve, more pink. We have the Icy Queen herself, guys. This is, I think, one of my favourite shades of all time. I have used this palette once before and that was the shimmer that I used, and I don't want to swear, but she was epic. Like I felt like an icon. I did. Like if I was a princess, I'd wear that all day. I mean, why can I not wear it all day anyway? I don't know, guys. I just might. Like, really? Okay, so guys, are you ready for this one? Okay, so this is the shadow that I am wearing today. As you can see, like it definitely isn't that it's not that opaque. I would say this is more of a topper shade, but it can be built up. So I'm going to just go in again with another swatch and you can see how we can kind of build it up. Can you see? like she's becoming more of a traditional kind of opaque shimmer. She still looks not 100% opaque, but by gosh, she looks beautiful. And as you can see, you know, on my eyes, you can build her up, or you could use her as a topper. She also does have this real kind of, you know, sparkle to her, although, you know, I can't really see like huge glitters. There definitely are glitters in there. I can see tiny little kind of, I think, purpley glitters and tiny little like emerald glitters. And by tiny, I mean tiny. They're kind of like micro glitters. I don't know if you can even see, but anyway, so these are the first 4 swatches, and then we're just going to finish off with the beautiful aubergine and the black, which looks like the night sky with twinkling silver stars in it. I definitely have to use this one soon, but I'm just going to like swatch that one there. Holy feck, like really. And then we have the gorgeous matte, would you say aubergine or plum? I don't know, but look at how well she swatched. She is just screaming, I am an opaque bitch, like really, guys. So one thing that, like, because I'm actually filming these swatches like last, honestly, so just to let you know, I did miss something out when I was like talking about the palette, but I do feel like the shades are so cohesive with one another. They work so well together. It's the type of palette that you could use like 5 out of the 6 shades, because I don't think you could actually use these 2 together, but you could use like every single shade and create a look. It's just like a totally all-encompassing eye palette, and yeah, so I absolutely love it. These are the swatches, and I'm going to send you back to Anwen now in the studio. We can get on with the actual eye look. Okay, so I absolutely love this eye look. I look at this eye look and I actually feel like I don't know, I just think Anwen, well done. And I'm not bigging myself, well actually yeah, I am totally bigging myself up here. This palette, it makes it so easy to create a lovely eye look. The mattes are nicely pigmented but not too much. I feel like with some eyeshadows, you know, they can be too much and that kind of makes them quite challenging to work with, whereas these mattes, they kind of have like a velvety kind of smooth, like buttery feel to them. I find that they are just they're the Goldilocks amount of pigmented, in that they're not too pigmented and they're not pigmented. They're just in the middle and it's perfection. So I think that even like, you know, if you're an absolute beginner in makeup, or if you just do not have a lot of confidence in your blending skills, I feel like you could make these shadows work and look absolutely beautiful, because they're just so beautifully easy to work with. So for me, the star of the show are definitely the shimmers. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, but this tutorial isn't the first time that I've actually used the palette. I used it when we went to Anton's daughter's 18th and I actually used the icy pink that time, so I did exactly the same kind of transition, but I used the icy pink. I don't know if I've got any photos, which is really unfortunate. I absolutely loved it. The one thing that I will say about these shimmers is that, especially with the green one that I've used today, I actually do believe it's meant to be more of like a topper kind of shade, because you do have to build it up. You can just put like a tiny amount on and it will definitely not be completely opaque. It'll be a little bit transparent, still beautiful, but you know, like a topper. It looks like a topper, so you could definitely wear it over like a dark, like purple, black, even brown, and I think it would just, you know, look amazing. Or if you're willing to kind of work to kind of build it up, which I definitely think it's worthwhile doing, as I have done, you can definitely get a very opaque concentrated shimmer. The only shadow that I've not used is this kind of glittery black shade. It looks beautiful. I've just not come round to it yet. I'm looking forward to using that. Sorry guys, I'm distracting myself. I'm totally distracting myself because this blue, I feel like it's probably the most beautiful blue eyeshadow I've ever seen in my whole life. I know that there's going to be quite a few of you guys that say, you know, Anwen, this palette's $24. Is it worth it? Because if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I do generally tend to buy a lot more affordable makeup. But I would definitely say that this palette is worth it to me. I would wholeheartedly recommend it to you, because I feel like, you know, the level of kind of quality that you get with the packaging, just the overall kind of thought and attention and care and love that they've obviously put into this, I just think it's worth paying that bit more. That's not even to mention the quality of the eyeshadows, which I do believe is up there with high-end brands, with Gervais Place, with even kind of, you know, Anastasia Beverly Hills, dare I say it, which actually, by the way, I do believe are actually a bit more on the more challenging end to work with sometimes. Modern Renaissance palette, I'm kind of looking at you know, the darker shades, they can be a little too pigmented for their own good. This is like the Goldilocks palette. I believe it should be called the Goldilocks palette, or maybe I should make up a palette called the Goldilocks palette. I don't know, but that's just a whole other story, guys. Overall, I have absolutely zero qualms in recommending this palette to you. I have no doubts whatsoever that if you were to buy this, or the green palette, probably the other palette, which I've not come around to, but I'm sure the quality is on par with the other two, I have no doubts that you would thoroughly enjoy them, and that your pants, they would probably blow off, they probably knock you out, and then you, oh my gosh, this is taking a really like dark turn, but yeah, I just think you would love the palettes is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I just wanted to end the video with saying thank you so much to Kaleidos Makeup for blessing me with these absolutely beautiful palettes. Like, these palettes are on a whole other level. I'm so impressed at how you know, an indie brand has got their shit together and just created palettes that kind of put a lot of other more established brands to shame. Like, honestly, like, really, that's my thoughts on this, and this is why I don't think that their $24 price tag is in any way, you know, outward, is it outward? That's why I don't think that their $24 price tag is in any way kind of, you know, asking too much in my view. If I missed anything in this video, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comments downstairs. If you do want to check out Kaleidos' other makeup, you can check them out on kaleidosmakeup.com. They do have 2 new releases coming imminently. One of them is a neon palette, which just is shouting out to my vagina. It looks so perfect. And then the other palette is extremely unique. It's so unique. It's got like an orange in it, it's got a blue in it. I'm going to show a picture because I'm doing a terrible job of describing it, but they have some really interesting new releases, so I would definitely encourage you to go check out their website. I am going to go now. I absolutely love this look, and I'm actually so proud of myself as well. Like, honestly, you know, if you're a makeup junkie and you kind of, you know, you're not too confident in your makeup skills, but then you kind of, you know, you throw one out of the park one day and you're just like, hell yes, bitch, move over, Nikki Tutorials. There is a new makeup guru in town. I mean, really, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh shit, that's not working, is it, guys? Is it not working? I don't think it's working. By the way, you know, my rainbow light, the colours look far more like concentrated as I'm looking at it. It looks a bit washed out. Like, why is she washed out? Like, what's wrong, girlfriend? You should shine for the world to see. I mean, really, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye.